Woo! Honey, all you gotta do is change your curl pattern. Train it. Guys, it's Kia, and today I want to talk to you about whipping your curl pattern into shape. So I've got 5 great tips for you guys. I have been getting the most comments about how I am not a type 4 curl, and I will actually, let's just say it like this. When I wake up in the mornings, my hair looks like this. Definitely a type 4 curl. So I want to give you 5 tips, but my curl pattern has really improved, and I guess over time, you know, I'll give you guys more tips on what I did to get my curls to look the way that I wanted them to look and to address shrinkage. I've got a great method for pineappling that addresses shrinkage. So 5 tips to whip your curl pattern into shape. C. The C, or number 1, stands for consultation. I would definitely suggest that if you have very little experience having done your hair before your transition, that you consult a professional, or at least find someone that has a curl pattern like yours and get some tips so that you can understand the needs of your new hair, so that you don't get frustrated on the journey, and then frustration usually leads to failure if it's not handled properly, and then you'll just want to give up. So we don't want you to give up, so make sure that you definitely find somebody that you can talk to on a regular basis. U, or the U, stands for using protective styling and sleeping methods. This is so important while you're getting your hair to grow out. Protective styling, just because I live in an area where it's really hot. So humidity and heat and wind, all those things can affect your hair and the growth of your hair and the texture of your hair. So if you're dealing with that and you haven't gotten your hair to a length where you're comfortable with it yet, definitely come up with some protective styles that you can, you know, find to be your favorite, that you'll be satisfied with while you're transitioning. Or for the sleeping side of it, it is so important to find a good sleeping method, because you spend so many hours asleep and the entire time you're on your head. So that affects your hair. I know you guys know about not using cotton. If you use cotton sheets, you definitely need to put a protective cap on your head, like a satin cap, because the cotton is just going to suck all the moisture out of your hair while you're sleeping, and then you're going to be constantly rubbing your head, or, you know, twisting and turning while you're asleep. And all it's going to do once the moisture is out of your hair is make it tangly and brittle and dry. So I would definitely admonish you guys to find a pattern of sleeping that works for you. So sleeping and styling. All right, number R is restructuring your hair time goals. And I know that's weird, but while you're training your hair and as you transition, you know, you're going to be training in the new hair that's growing in, or if you did the big chop, you're definitely training a whole new head of hair. I would set pre-goals for what I'm going to do and not going to do to my hair, just so that you can get enough time to train it. And what I mean by that is I set heat goals. So I will say I've done 6 months no heat, you know, 30 days no heat. I pre-create that goal prior to the change, because I know that I'm so used to seeing my hair straight, I'll kind of get frustrated and I'll go ahead and put heat in it, just to make sure. I'm a goal-oriented person, so just to make sure that I get to that goal. If I said 30 days no heat, then that means I've got to find protective styles or a cute style that I like, something that I can do that's fun with my hair up until that time. And what that really will do is force you to connect with your hair. So it will get you from, if you're wanting to do no heat, for instance, and you're used to putting heat in it all the time, that just means that you are not well versed with how to take care of it while it's curly. L, learn productivity versus product. And I say that because I have told some of my friends that I use a lot of product, and they don't understand that. I think they thought I was saying I use like 8 products in my hair. Sometimes I do. But what I really mean by that is I use a lot of the product that I need, because my curl pattern requires that. And I do have my favorite products, but I got to those products because I focused on the productivity, meaning what did I need the products to do. My hair, because I have such bad shrinkage when I don't condition it properly, requires a great deal of conditioning. So and moisture. So I wet my hair on a daily basis. I moisturize it or condition it on a daily basis. I also require a moisturizer. So my daytime routine incorporates water, then a conditioning cream, a moisturizer, and then for me, I like my curls to kind of have like a shine or like a gloss to them. So I will put sometimes a glosser in my hair at the very end. And then as needed, I incorporate a curl definer. And a curl definer is so important to me because my curl pattern, of course, can get afro-y big or really shrink to my head. So I've pretty much trained the hair well now. And I did get a couple of blowouts when I first went natural. And you guys, well, I should have wore the front of my hair down so that you can see the difference in the curl pattern very close to my head versus at the end of my hair. And you can see kind of how tight this is and how loose these curls are. But so I would definitely say, so if you know your hair needs conditioning, then find your favorite conditioning cream. And if you know that your hair needs moisture, you got to find your favorite moisturizer. And if you know that your hair your curls need defining, then find your favorite curl definer. Don't do it backwards. Don't just try a whole bunch of products that do different things, because you're not really learning what your hair needs. You're just learning based on what those products can do, and those products might not necessarily be doing what your hair needs. Huh? S. And then lastly, the S stands for selecting your training method. There are lots of different training methods out there. Of course, once again, yes, I did use a couple of blowouts, and some people will tell you do not do that. I don't recommend it, actually, especially if you don't have really thick hair. But some people do heat training, some people do water training. You've got to decide what's going to be your main sense of training. So, and kind of get your hair into a routine. So if you're going to want to heat train, you can. That's a personal choice, but then you've got to do that on a consistent basis. Because if you're training your hair based on heat, the needs that your hair will have in order to look good straight without the perm or processing, it's going to be totally different as far as products are concerned versus if you're constantly wearing your hair curly. Of course, you need moisture. So that's going to be two totally separate subsets. So you have to decide which of those is best for you. So let's review curls. So there you have it. Curls. Just make sure that you consult with a light curl pattern or a professional if you see need be. Make sure you're using protective styling and sleeping methods. Make sure you're restructuring time goals as far as how long you're going to go with or without something while you're training your hair. Learn to use productivity and find out your hair needs, and then use product to meet those needs. And then, of course, selecting your training method. So if you guys do all of that, I think that you'll be just fine. So I hope you find this video encouraging, and I will try very hard to show you guys my morning routine, show you what my hair looks like when I wake up in the morning, and then show you guys how I get my hair to kind of look like this before I leave the house during the day. So thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. I really, really appreciate it. Don't forget, you can follow me on Instagram at Kia Like the Car 1.